Well, welcome everybody to CPLT 0900 and CPLT 1000. This is an introduction to both courses. I may be showing one more than the other, but it's the same way. And the purpose of this video is to get you in to both D2L and keyboarding online, and also making sure you know how to do all the lessons and everything. First thing I'll show out once you're in D2L, each time you have a new assignment, you'll see right here, you will get an announcement. So make sure you check your announcements often. 0900, you'll be getting one every Monday. 1000, you'll be getting every other week. I have yours set up as 2 weeks. Then the biggest thing other than to remember on the assignments is when you go to course materials and go to content, the entire semester is laid out for you. Okay, you will see it runs a little bit slower when I'm on the video. I apologize for that. What you should have done already is gone over the overview, my contact information, start your course here, important documents, and module 1, which was August 24th. So again, what you're going to be seeing each time is you're going to be looking at each new module. It's set up 2 ways, module number and the date. So again, you'll never be, as long as you know the date, you're always going to be able to find out which module you're on. Next Monday, which is what most of this information is for, you will see you have your lessons up here, and then your graded assignments here. And you'll have the due dates. All right. So you're going to complete lessons 1 and 2. They're worth 5 points each. To get to it, you go to keyboarding online. And again, this is the same for both classes. And again, module 3, module 4, and you're going to see they're going to be roughly the same. And it tells you which lessons you're supposed to be doing. So I'm going to go back to module 2, and I am going to click on keyboarding online. And again, sorry. So you'll hit login. The login for both classes is the same. Come on. You will type in under the username or login, HTCB. Why isn't it? And then click on next. So again, Hennepin Technical College, Brooklyn Park, basically. Next. And I am logged in as a student. Then you have to choose your course. CPLT 1000, you use the Keyboard Mastery course. CPLT 0900, you use the Keyboarding Short course. All right, so it's very important which one you click into because that's where you're registered. So I'll click into CPLT 0900. And I'll pick my course. I haven't deleted my spring course, but you have fall 2020 Meyer. So click on that, and then you'll go to your name. So I'm going to go to my name. And the password is your star ID. So again, your star ID, your 2 letters, 4 numbers, 2 letters, and then click login. Now, you will get to the lesson menu. Make sure if you don't come up to the lesson menu, you just have to click here, lessons, okay? Now, if you have already bought in your access code at the bookstore, you can click on here, and you would enter it right here, and then click unlock. So you, again, the access code that you have bought at the bookstore, you would put it in here. You do see you get up to 20 minutes of time before it will make you purchase So you can get started, even though I know sometimes people have to wait for their student loan to come in or something like that. So again, you do have 20 minutes. I want each of you, and I'll add this on the lesson 1, to take the course entry timing. Okay, it's just a timing that has you to see how well you're doing right now. It's not graded. It's just to see where you're at. Okay, so you can say, okay, right now I'm 12 words a minute. What am I going to be at the end? You can see how much you've improved. So you'll remember for week 1 was lessons 1 and 2. So then what you'll want to do is you'll want to click on the lesson. Here's 1, here's 2, and again, they go all the way through. Lesson 4, lesson 5. So again, lesson 1 is right up here. And then you have each one of these things to do. Okay, so you have 10 separate little lessons within the big lesson. So you'll click on the first one. Now, if you want to change the text size, if you want to make it bigger or anything, you can do that here. How it maximizes the view if you want to make it a full page view. And then you'll notice down here, it tells you where to put your fingers. Here it's telling you use the home row, which is the A, S, D, F, and then the J, K, L, colon. And then you use your thumbs on the space bar. Up here it tells you what you're supposed to be typing. And this timing is for 15 seconds. Now, you get 0 errors, and your goal is always 30. That's actually, for this class, it's 25 for an A, but they just put in goals for 30. So, and the main thing that you want to make sure is that you have 3 scores saved, okay? Once you start a timing, don't stop. Continue on for the 15 seconds. The backspace does not work, okay? So what you'll want to do is you'll click down here, and then you'll simply just start typing. A space, SSS space, DDD space, FFF space, JJJ space, KKK space, LLL space, semicolon, and I'm finished. Okay, so that was my 15 seconds. Now you see, even as slow as I did it, I got 22 words per minute. I got 0 errors. You don't have to print your timing, but I'll say try again, because what you need for any one lesson to get over, you need 3 scores down here. Okay, so again, make sure you always have 3 scores. All right, you can go back and make them better at any time you want, but before you move on to the next one, make sure that you have 3. And then in lesson number 1, now I can just click here, go to the next timing. Come on. I think it's because I'm in the video. I'm just going to go back to lesson menu. It should work for you at home. It worked for me before. They kind of changed up the course this year. It looks a lot nicer than it used to. And then I'll want to go on lesson 1. I want to go on to part 2. And now here I'm learning the ASDK. So if I want to know what I'm going to be doing with the A, so now again, we're still just learning the home row. So your fingers are still on the home row. So again, you'll just type it out. Make sure you get 3 scores. Let's see if this one works again now. Yep, now it's working. So now I move on to timing 3. And I'll do that as well. It's still doing the ADL basically on the home row. Lesson number 1, you're doing nothing but the home row. And I go on to timing 4. So again, you'll keep going until I'm going back. I have finished all 10. Okay. you'll notice I did it once, I got a little star here. You have to remember that you have 3 timings, so you'll get 3 stars on each one of these. Do not move on to lesson number 2 until, like I said, you have 3 stars on each one of these. So you'll want 3 stars on every one before you move on. That's very, very important. It's the only way your grade shows up in the for me to grade. So then you'll move on to lesson 2. Now, now we move on to, again, lesson 2. We're going to learn the letters T, the E, and the H. We're on the first one right now. We're learning the T, and it tells you right here, learn the T key. Reach with the F finger. So what you're going to do is with that F finger right here, you're going to click on the T. So when you see it, F, F, oops, I got to go down here, F, 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 space, T. Now don't go T, T, T at the same time. What you want to do is go T, back to the F, T, back to the F. Oops, I did the wrong one. So here I'll show you. Whenever you have an error, you'll get it'll be highlighted in yellow. But so again, what I'm trying to tell you is when you get to this T, 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 just don't go T, 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 T on your keyboard. Go back to the home row. That's how you're going to get better, okay? Is by going from the F to the T, back to the F, T, back to the F, T, back to the F. This is all premised on muscle memory. And the only way for you to get that muscle memory is from going from the home row to the key and back every single time. Again, if you just go T, 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 you've learned absolutely nothing. Okay, so just remember that. It's going to make your scores slower right now. Yes, you can go faster by going T, 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 obviously, but you're not learning anything. And the scores right now are not as important. You'll have time to go back over there and make them better later on in the course. The big thing to remember, and the biggest mistakes a lot of people get and get frustrated by, is they can't figure out why they're getting these things, getting an error. Most of the time, they'll go FFF and maybe skip over the TTT and go FFF again. And it looks right, but it's going to give you an error on here. So just make sure it's generally, if you have an error, it's because you missed something. Then, eventually, you're going to get to longer timings. I'm going to go back to the lesson menu. While you're learning all the keys, the sub-lesson 10 down here, see how it says 30 seconds? If you click on, I'm clicking on that one. The 30-second one you're going to type, okay? And the thing is, you always want to type to the end of the timing. So you'll see right here, after this last LAS, you're to hit the return key. That's what this little arrow means. Hit the return key. So after S, don't hit space or anything. Just hit the enter key, and then you start over with ADD, space ADD, okay? So again, that's very important. Type for the whole 30 seconds. When you get to the end, this little symbol right here is the return key. Use your right pinky to hit the enter, and it will go. So I hope this helped you on how to get in here and how to do the assignments. If not, it's easy to contact me. Again, you can either text me on that number or email me. And again, very important, if you are texting me, please remember to tell me who you are and what class you're in. I have 6 classes and you're not in my address book. So a lot of the times I don't know who you are. So please remember that. So that's all I have for this little lecture. We'll have another one later on in the course. But have a great day, and I hope you all have great success on the course.